Hello, guys. Guess who's back? Back again. Premier League's back. Tell your friends.
Yeah, that's right.
Finally, finally,
Champions elect,
Finally,
kick it
good
off.
on
in a few minutes.
champions elect. Jesus,
Yeah.
can we just address the champions elect comment? Because that is hilarious. Anyone think that United are getting top two this season? Seriously,
Champions
are
elect.
delusional.
Oh, what
Oh,
a amazing
Ten,
season
Ten
it's going to
Hag,
be.
Ten Hag's turned around and said they're going to win the league.
Turn around, Hog.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Domino's were spot on, weren't they? Saying some people think that pineapple belongs on pizza. It's perfect comparison. Anyone who
third
thinks that's
season.
completely delusional.
That's
You know
right.
what?
We're going to be,
I
and
want
that's
to
why
I want to put my
education.
hand up here. I like pineapple on pizza.
That just sums up
Anyway,
the
let's
bloke.
move on. Let's
Before
move on.
let's move on swiftly. Before we do, I just want to say I'm gonna set up a off the pitch Super Six account, and it's for us, for the fans, whoever, and I'm gonna put it in there, and I'm gonna put it on all the comments so everyone knows the code to join in. At the end of the season, whoever gets the most points, whether it's us or any of the fans, I am giving that one person £500.
Oh,
All to pay for
Oh,
everyone.
that's enough to go to one
ah.
game on your own at Chelsea or Arsenal.
And it's enough to buy a house in Wolverhampton as well.
Come on, Wolves.
Aren't United the most expensive team in the country? It's
I'm on
Arsenal then you, isn't it? Actually,
I'm on about ticket. It's not United.
we're
Hey,
we're right down the bottom.
yeah.
And I
Because you've
guess,
got
and probably we've had
half
a
the
few new,
stadium's full of players.
we've had a few new signings in as well. Cully's lovely delict.
Delightful news. Delightful news.
Such United signing, honestly.
And
He wasn't great at Juve, wasn't great at Bayern. Fifth choice centre back for Netherlands. Oh, let's go lift him 50 mil. Sums up United.
First season at Ajax, he won the title. First season at Juve wins the title.
That was like five.
First thing
That's
at
5, 6
first
years
season at
ago.
Bayern Munich, he won the title. I mean, it's written in stars.
Okay, let's have that bet then. You don't win the title. Are we going to finally? We're going to finally get you to have a bet.
I'm telling you, we're going to be top four. We're going to be higher than everybody else in this call.
wow.
It's only something because Pierce isn't here.
Yeah. Well spotted. Well spotted.
And obviously this whole new Friday night kicking off the Premier League, we've got Man U versus Fulham.
Champions elect. United.
Will it be a voodoo and can Fulham do it?
No, I've got my lucky shirt on. So tactically, we're going to smash it. I actually think, if I'm honest, we didn't play too bad in Charity Shield. I think we're all right.
No, it was a decent performance.
If you bring Delict,
I'd
bring Delict straight away. I'd bring Delict in straight away.
I think you have to, don't you, with the state that's centre backs for that Charity Shield game. Terrible.
But bring him in. Shaw's out, Malassia's out. I guess Mazraoui goes left back.
Yeah.
Or right back. And
what about Harry Amas?
Harry Amas, first game of the season, not sure. Dalot can go left. Both the fullback, Mazraoui and Dalot, they can both play both sides, which is quite useful. So ahead of them.
Do you actually? I know you're saying that you feel confident for this season. Do you look at your team with Casemiro in that midfield, with a one-legged Luke Shaw who's fit when England rely on him, but not when United, with no real? Have you strengthened? I mean, you've signed De Ligt, but have you strengthened?
I think we have genuinely. Like, to be serious,
where
in centre off. I think we have. De Ligt actually played a lot of games last season, and
he was backup for Upamecano. Upamecano is not exactly setting the world alight. He's not pulling up any trees. He was backup for Upamecano.
He's back with the Godfather. He's going to be great. You know, I genuinely believe he's going to be.
It's the same every year with United fans. It's exactly the same.
Well,
the season comes
United
around,
can't buy
and
40 players.
suddenly, it's all going to have changed.
This
You know
is
what?
the season.
It's the same every year. You're going to play exactly the same football, counter-attacking, negative football. You're not going to do anything all season. You're going to rely on moments like you have done for the past 2-3 years.
I don't mind
until you
playing
change
for
that, it's not sustainable.
George,
I
I'll
don't
tell you
mind
what's
playing.
going to
It doesn't
happen. I'll tell you what's going to happen today. They're going to win 4-0. Cooley's going to set a screenshot of it and go, look us, top of the league, clean sheet.
Yeah,
We're going to win it.
literally.
Dude, I'm going to do that even if it's
interested
1-0.
to see- I'm actually more interested to see Fulham than United because I think we know what United are about. They're going to play that counter-attacking game.
George, last season we conceded far too many goals. We had a negative goal difference, for goodness sake. So we need to do that. We need to get Casemiro.
But I don't think that the problem was the defenders. It was the midfield as well. You've still got the same midfield.
Somebody else. We need somebody else there. So it'll be interesting to see the team lineup. You know.
I mean, there's 2 weeks to go in the window as well. I think you're after Ugarte's one that's been linked. If you pick him up, that would maybe be a bit different. But I just can't believe you're at this stage and you've still got Casemiro as your CDM. It's terrible business.
But did you see Casemiro looks lean? You see how lean he looks?
Cooley, you're doing the same thing. You're fooling yourself. You're only fooling yourself. And United fans are fooling themselves.
And George, I know you said you want to watch Fulham. Can there be an upset today? There's been quite a few opening fixtures, which is probably why Pierce hasn't come on, because Arsenal lost quite a few opening fixtures. First game of the season.
They struggle on the first day.
The Wolves could be supporting it.
I think Fulham, if their team, they've lost Paulinho and they've lost Tosin, so that's like two of their main players. So it's going to be interesting to see how Fulham build. They've obviously got Smith Rowe, and I think he's set to start tonight. So it's going to be interesting to see what sort of team Fulham are going for. Because I thought last season they played some pretty good football. I actually quite like watching Fulham last year. So it'll be interesting to see how they do, how they line up. I don't expect them to get a result tonight. I think that team's going to take a little while to, bed in. Paulinho was such an important player for them. That's a huge loss.
Yeah, Paulinho. He could have got into any of the top 4 teams, right? Paulinho, I think so.
Not Man City.
Well, Rodri, but
they got
Rodri backup. Yeah. As a Rodri backup, but okay. I don't
know. Like he's a very good player. I think he would be in everyone's squad. I don't know if he'd be in everyone's starting 11, but I think he'd be in the big 6. All the big 6 would have had him in their squad for sure. I think.
Don't Chelsea?
think Liverpool.
Don't Chelsea have anyone and everyone in their squad though?
Well, according to yeah. But Liverpool, Paulinho would have actually been a pretty decent signing, I reckon. I know he was always going to go Bayern, was he? But I was surprised you didn't at least try for him. But he'd have rejected you anyway, like everyone else has.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I mean,
and then we've got early kickoff, Ipswich Liverpool.
Easy Liverpool win.
Kieran McKenna. It'll be interesting, but I would expect Liverpool to give it a bit of a thumping. Like one of the new teams will get a thumping. And for some reason, I think it'll be Ipswich.
Yeah,
I think
Southampton will.
I think out of all of them, Southampton will finish bottom. But there's 2 games I'm really looking forward to this weekend. Actually, I mean, obviously not including the United one. It's West Ham Villa. I think that will be a good game. It'll be good
Saturday evening.
Yeah.
That'll be a tight game.
Yeah, that will be.
That's a good game.
And obviously Chelsea City.
Yeah.
Where if Chelsea can pull it off, because the amazing thing is with Chelsea, nobody knows what they're going to do, right?
Yeah.
As long as the manager knows what he's doing, but nobody knows what they're going to do.
Are you going to the game?
Yeah. I can't go, annoying him. I'm gutted about, but it could be a blessing in disguise because, as Cully says, what team are we going to turn up with? Who are we going to play? is Cole Palmer going to start? Is he going to be ready to start after having 45 minutes in pre-season? I don't know. I saw Rodri's play of City. That's a positive. Oscar Bobb's obviously ruled out. That's a positive. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same for City. I mean, who are they gonna start? Like, it could be a very weird game. I think neither team are anywhere near where they're going to be towards the end of the season. Yeah, 4-4. God, I'd take that just for the entertainment value. That was insane, wasn't it?
And you're talking about upsets, right? You're saying about upsets. Arsenal Wolves?
Well, Wolves, I mean, we've lost Neto to, the Tesco's Express at Stamford Bridge. You can get everything at a club half price.
What the hell is that even? Tesco Express?
Basically,
at least we actually signed some players.
You got all the stuff.
First choice for their team.
No, I think Wolves are a well-drilled team. But I just get the feeling that Arsenal will want to come out of the traps, like, do you get what I mean? Like, be really focused. So I get the feeling that I think if Wolves can pick up a point, it'd be a great result. But it's at Arsenal as well. I mean, it's not too long ago, Wolves were going to these places and nicking points off all the big teams.
Yeah.
Under Nuno.
They've got, I mean, Wolves got some good players. They've still got Sarabia, Cunha. They got some good players there. I was thinking this about Arsenal because I've kind of been thinking, surely this is their team that has to, right? But I'm actually just not sold by their attack at all. I know Saka's good, but you're going to be reliant on him playing every single game pretty much in the season. So as the season builds on, like last year, he tailed off towards the end quite considerably for Arsenal, I thought. Martinelli just looks shot for confidence. Trossard, whilst he's a good squad player, he's never going to be that guy to sort of, grab the game by the scruff of the neck, maybe once or twice a season. And then Kai Havertz is Kai Havertz. So I don't know if I'm sold on their attack. I think defensively, so solid, like fantastic defensively, with Rice and Partey in front as well, makes them even more solid. But where the goal is going to come from for them in those moments where it's 0-0, say Wolves get it to 0-0, who's going to be that player for Arsenal that's going to get them that goal, like Haaland with City? And maybe that I still predicted Arsenal to win the league, but I think that could be still where they fall short.
Wow.
It's funny, Arsenal are the opposite of clubs, right? Like pre-season, you think, this could be Arsenal's year. The closer you get to the season, and obviously Pierce will be different, but the closer you get, you think, Arsenal will fall short again.
They'll do what Arsenal do, yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Every other club, like, you think, maybe they could do this. Like Liverpool get a couple of signings, they could push on. City get one signing, a striker, they'll be guaranteed. Blah blah. Every other team, you think, Arsenal, you get close and you're like, they're going to do it again, aren't they?
It's a good thing. It's a good thing, isn't it?
You would not be happy with that chat.
No, definitely.
I mean,
one other team which I want to say.
Has he bottled it on the first day? Pierce bottled it on the first day.
Yeah, he has, hasn't he?
As the season started, it's about right.
Bottled off the pitch already. But another team I want to say no one's really talking about is Newcastle.
Well, yeah. Well, when's Tonali back? End of the month?
Yeah, I think so. After the 10-month ban,
he'll be important. They've kept hold of Isaac. It's important.
Yeah, I thought they might struggle to do that. I'm surprised nobody even went in for him at all in the end.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a brilliant player. Newcastle, I think they'll be there or thereabouts, but what we've got is, we've got the top two going for the top two. Liverpool just outside that. Nobody knows what Arne Slot's going to do. But let's just park three, right? Those three. But then you've got 5 teams going for that fourth spot.
I don't know if you can park Liverpool, given
but I'm just saying, like,
end of last season.
Over a number of seasons, those three have been, there. So those three are guaranteed.
I think this season's wide open.
Yeah,
I think I think the top two will be the top two. I can't see anyone pipping them. I think behind that you could have one of Chelsea, United, Spurs, Villa, Newcastle, maybe even West Ham with the signings they've made. They've had a strong start, but they've overplayed
I'm
for a
putting
couple
in
of players.
this year. West Ham, they've made so, and that's why I'm looking forward to tomorrow evening's game to see how they play. And Villa, they're on about they lost that guy. What's his name? The guy
Douglas Luiz. That'd be a big loss.
Luiz, but they got Onana in. So I'm a huge fan of Emery.
Not the same though.
But I'm a huge fan of Emery. Let's see how he brings him in. He seems to make teams play better. Be worth more than the value of the parts.
And you said the 5 teams fighting for 4th place, right? So you've got what? Chelsea, West Ham. You say West Ham, Villa,
Spurs.
I think West Ham will be fine for top 4, to be honest, but they'll be in and around the European fight.
Spurs, and Newcastle. Yeah. So no Man U, yeah.
Man U are in the top 3, right?
Oh, yeah.
Man U in the top 2 or 3. That's what it is.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. Yeah, top 2 or 3. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
What would you take this season, Cully? What would be a successful season? Because it's title chase is realistic, right?
A successful season, a trophy, and a top 4 finish. But if that was going to be it, I'd want the Europa League and
top 4.
And top 4.
If you didn't win a trophy and you came 6th place, is that it for Ten Hag?
I think it will be it. I think it will be it.
If they're not competing in the top 4 or quite faded away by Christmas, I think he's out by Christmas. I said it earlier and I'll say it again. He'll be out by Christmas.
As well. He was on thin ice last season. They wanted him gone. That FA Cup saved him. They weren't expecting that. They were expected to lose.
But remember, the worst thing is they went and spoke to other managers and then went back to him and gone,
but I just love how all my mates who are United fans are suddenly like Ten Hag's so good. Everyone was Ten Hag out, bar Cully, in fairness. Everyone was Ten Hag out. But now they're like, oh yeah, he's quality. Look how he's setting his team in the past few games. Like he's played City twice, counter attack. That's what he's actually good at. He's terrible at setting up a team to dominate the ball.
All I'm going to say is, with the United manager situation, all that happened, right? Ratcliffe and them, they've got their missus at home, Ten Hag, right? That's who Ten Hag is. They went out to a bar, a bit of banter with a couple of women. Nothing was done. Nothing happened. If you see the video evidence, they didn't cheat. They just had a little.
They were desperate to bring him back home, though.
They didn't bring anybody back home, and they've got. They came back and they said to Ten Hag, look, all right, yeah.
They were trying to pull Tuchel. They were desperate. They're pulling Tuchel's arm out the door, but he was just too strong for them.
No, they just had a chat. It was just a chat. They were just having a few jokes. Came home, yeah.
Bought them a couple drinks.
The worst thing is, Cully, they didn't even come home. They went to Ibiza, where Ten Hag was on holiday. Ten Hag's there in Ushuaia, partying it up. These 2 clans come and they're like, "To understand another year." He's like, "All right then."
But you know what?
Yeah.
I agree with all that. Look, all that happened. Yeah, it's crazy. We've never seen anything like it before. But season started. He's here. I love the way he ended last season on the pitch when he said, "Well, if they don't want me here, I'll go win trophies elsewhere." We need a bit more of that, a bit more honesty. I just hope he doesn't go back to the one thing I hope he doesn't do is see games completely different to the rest of the world. Sometimes it's like talking to my ex. Like, where did that come from? Like, I don't even know what's happening, right? But the way he sees games sometimes, it's like, did we watch the same game?
His substitutions.
Yeah.
His subs are just like, sometimes they're terrible.
So we've got to get it right. But like I said, this is the season to get it right. Or he's out. I mean, I think that's how simple it is. If he doesn't get top 4, he'll be gone. And that's the reality. Is that
on that note, thank you very much.